Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching our live stream, as we promised, we are pre-recording our Thoroughbred Racing South Australia Premier Hack Award prize for all of you watching at home. So as I said, our World Cup is the event that you are watching live at the moment, but this is being pre-recorded so that you don't miss any of the action out here for our Royal Adelaide show. So as you can see, we have an outstanding lineup of horses that are just coming to present themselves for this particular class. It's a big class. And of course we welcome our 3 judges because we have 2 components of this class. So the components are our horses will be paraded on the circle under saddle first, where the judges will select, I'm pretty sure, their top 10 horses that will come in, of which all those 10 horses will be required then to do a workout. From there, they will then be unsaddled and they will be judged as a led horse too. So this class is looking for horses showing outstanding thoroughbred quality. So we're really looking for that type that not only has the presence, has the stamina, has the beautiful movement and action that covers the ground. We are looking for those horses that cover all aspects of our thoroughbred. Thank you to Thoroughbred Racing South Australia for this particular prize. What a great incentive it is to have these type of awards out here at a royal show. I've had the privilege over the years to have won a few races out here in South Australia, which is good. So I've been entrenched in riding of thoroughbred horses for 18 years. I've been a race jockey for 18 years, so I'm really looking forward to watching this particular class and how our 3 judges see it. So the 3 judges that are judging this particular event this year are Miss Melanie Skinner. Melanie joins us from New South Wales. Miss Joanne Prestwich, who also comes from New South Wales. And we welcome in Miss Lisa Jones. Lisa is our Queensland judge. So each one of our judges are just deliberating now and speaking about the workout that will be required. So they're just making sure that they're all on board with one another in terms of the calculations and how they see this class being handled. So our stewards at the moment are just ticking off the numbers, making sure that everybody that is in this class is of course required to be here and have entered. So as I've said before, the thoroughbred is one of the world's fastest and most prized horse breeds. And the origin of the thoroughbred is traced back to the 17th century England, again where 3 stallions from the Middle East were brought to be bred with local horses. The 3 stallions were named Dali Arabian, Godolphin Arabian and Bailib Turk. So the names were a combination of the names of the people who brought them and the country in which they came from. So Thomas Darley and Lord Godolphin had 2 stallions from the Arab, and Captain Robert Briley had brought 1 stallion from Turkey. So these horses were bred to the stronger local breed. So the result was a super strong breed of horse that could carry heavy loads and of course run longer distances without getting tired. So that is one of the things that if you have not known about the thoroughbred racehorse, of course, that being that 3 stallions were instrumental to paving the way of the type of horse and the thoroughbred in which we see today. So, began a selective process of breeding superior horses by crossing the stallions with the very best of mares around the world. So it looks like we have split this class into 2 here, where our horses will warm up. So our thoroughbred race horses are a handsome horse, alert, spirited and full of presence. So what we are looking for out here is easy ground covering stride, of course. The best of those being the gallop for our thoroughbred horses, and possesses boundless courage and intense stamina. Well, they're going to need that courage with the World Cup show jumping going on next to them. So these qualities stand in good stead on a race course, in the hunting field, and of course 3-day eventing. So when we think about those 3 stallions that were instrumental in coming here to create the thoroughbred racehorse in which we see nowadays, well, as I said, the Darley Arabian and the Godolphin Arabian. Well, nowadays, the Godolphin horses, which I believe are paving the way, and probably many of these horses that we see out in the show ring nowadays have previously raced under the Godolphin banner of Darley. James Cumming, the trainer of our Darley horses here in Australia. So when we look at these thoroughbred horses out here, their height varies considerably, although the average height tends to be about 16 to 16.2 hands, roughly. Some, at times, can be the size of large ponies. In fact, I used to ride a horse that was a thoroughbred that she, at one point in time, she couldn't even see over the front of the starting stalls, but yet she was a very good racehorse. So we do get our smaller of our thoroughbreds. So a thoroughbred's body should be long and narrow with a wide chest and girth, but not as wide as a barrel. And the body should not appear stocky, as it tends to reduce speed over long distances. In fact, I think probably one of the best shows I've ever seen, having had watched and learning about thoroughbreds and being entrenched in the industry as many years as I have. If you've not seen it at home, I once watched a show called Inside Nature's Giants, and if you haven't seen that show, it is a really, really good watch, which just brings you inside of the makings of the thoroughbred racehorse and what makes them more machine-like in terms of the stamina that we get nowadays and how well they're bred to run, and the strength of which the thoroughbred legs and the amount of weight that they can handle when it comes to racing, because when a horse is at a gallop, they put one foot down at any one time, and the amount of pressure that is placed on that one leg at any one time when the horse is galloping is huge. So it was a really, really interesting thing to watch. Inside Nature's Giants, of course, that being the horse, as they show us a little bit of the workings of this magnificent breed that we are watching out in front of us now. So all three of our judges are out there in the middle of the circle deliberating which horses they will bring in for a workout. I think all in all we're looking for 10. So they've just allowed them all to warm up. So our judges are now selecting their top picks. So it looks as though our judges selected their lineup. So now we welcome out the second of our heats. Out here under our three judges, Melanie Skinner, Joanne Presswidge and Lisa Jones. It's interesting when we have these types of classes, we get the opinion of three judges. There's and their type of horse in which they are looking for. These ladies have been doing a brilliant job so far in narrowing down their picks and their selection of type, and they've been sticking true to that. Now, I'd love to, at some point in time, get their racing names, if indeed our riders out here know their racing names, so that I could potentially look up their stats, their form for everybody back at home, and what they produced out on the racetrack, as it is a Thoroughbred Racing South Australia Prize Hack Premier Award for a horse showing outstanding thoroughbred qualities. So if you're just joining us, this is class 102. So as you can see, our judges have now asked for a trot. When we have a look here at conformation of our thoroughbreds, well, it states that the best specimens have excellent conformation, characterised by a refined, intelligent head. The eyes are large and expressive, usually set at a slightly more forward angle than that of most other breeds, giving them an honest and hard-working look. The nose should not be concave or convex, it says here, but rather straight. And the area around the muzzle should appear soft and fragile. The ears should be medium in length and narrow and tend to appear very upright in positioning. Obviously, the nostrils should be large to accommodate rapid breeding. So I think from what I was speaking about before, when we have a look into that Inside Nature's Giants, for anyone that decides that potentially one day they might watch that and understand a little bit more about the makings of our thoroughbreds, I think in that show it actually states that whilst a horse is racing, in any one breath that our thoroughbreds take in a race is equivalent to what a human will breathe in a whole 24 hours in terms of breath. So there's a little bit of trivia for you all. So our judges are now all having a bit of a conversation about the type of horse that they all like. So making sure that all three of these ladies are of the same opinion about the horses in which they wish to select and bring in for our lineup. So the first of our horses that have been selected has come in off the circle. You know, as I said before, each of our competitors go out. I will see if I can get the racing names of these horses off the riders so that I can try and look up for everybody at home their stats. So remembering that this class is judged in two pieces. It's a ridden class and then a led class.
Wine Lord.
So if we're looking at the workout here, the very first of the horses that will be coming out, I just asked the rider here, and it raced under the name of Wine Lord. So Wine Lord. So our judges now are just discussing in which the way they want to run this class. So remembering that after they've done their workout, so our judges are going to put them on the circle again. Just half of the arena, our steward has said. So I'm not too sure what's happening here, but for those of you back at home, we're all on the same journey together. Try and work out in which way they are going to work this class. Not too sure whether they're sticking them into number order here. So it does state that they're going to put them in numerical order. There's as confused riders out here as there are horses. This is fun. Okay, now we seem to be getting into the way in which we see this class. So now I'll go ask 252, which should be the first horse to go. 252 being Kirby Park Entertainer, and I'll quickly ask the rider the name of this horse.
Just quickly, your horse's racing name. His racing name, Ringmeister. What was it? Ringmeister. Ringmeister. Ringmaster or Meister? Ringmeister.
So Ringmeister will be the first of our horses to go. So 252 will be Kirby Park Entertainer. The very first of our horses to work out here that are getting their workout. Nominated by Rumour Went. Now they tell me this horse's racing name was Ringmeister. Actually, this horse must have had a pretty successful career in the racing world. This type of horse has won himself just under $300,000 worth of prize money, so $271,000 to be precise. He was a successful racing horse. Trainer was Lindsay Smith. The sire was Arena. So a nicely bred horse. So all of our competitors are just making sure that they're on top of the workout, of which is required. So Melanie Skinner and Joanne Prestwich will be the judges judging here on workout. Obviously the three judges have all been combined together to select whom they wanted to bring in off the circle. But Joanne and Melanie are now the two judges here looking at the workout. So the two of them will just now split. And then we send them over to Lisa Jones, of where they will be judged under saddle as a led horse. So we're all just sitting back here awaiting the very first of our horses to come out for this particular class. So the stewards called forth the first of our competitors. As I said, this will be 252, which will be Kirby Park Entertainer, nominated by Rumour Went. As I made mention, this horse raced under the name of Ringmeister. Won $271,000 worth of prize money. Was foaled in 2006. And the trainer there being Lindsay Smith. So here we go as we sit back and watch the very first of our workouts. Just watching the first of our workouts, as I stated. Just back into a canter again. 252. Now, Kirby Park Entertainer will make his way down to Judge Lisa Jones. So the next of our horses to come out here in our lineup will be 262, DP Amazing, nominated by Michelle Painter. So DP Amazing, the horse that we are about to watch work out here in our Thoroughbred Racing South Australia prize for our Premier Hack Award. This boy has always been a horse that has displayed the qualities of which we are looking for in our thoroughbreds. So 252, or 262 I should say. DP Amazing, as he's just looking at our heavy harness at the moment here. It's going to be testing for our competitors with the pair of heavy harness going around at the moment. So they were telling me this horse raced under the name of Chester Pinnerton. And it wasn't as bad as what Michelle told me, actually. She said he was really slow. He wasn't that slow. He won $20,500 as a thoroughbred on the track. That's not too bad. Trainer, unfortunately, he was unknown, but the sire was Medal of Honour for this particular horse. So another lovely workout we just saw there. Now, because a lot of these horses get the opportunity to go out the back, I unfortunately missed this one behind me to try and find out its racing name. Kind of losing track myself in the order. This horse is 263. 263 is DP Giselle, nominated by R. McDonald and D. Plum. And a lovely halt at the end of a nice workout. There for DP Giselle. Our next horse out should be 277. This will be Bugatti, nominated by Samantha Kennedy. If my calculations are correct, we'll just wait and see. So our steward has just called forth Bugatti. Now this horse raced under the name of Wine Lord. Unfortunately, I don't have any racing stats for any of you. However, this horse was sired by Lord Dane. So just here watching Bugatti. Managing to keep him focused as our harness classes are standing to the southern side of the arena. So there's plenty going on for this particular Hack Premier Award that we can see at the moment. The World Cup is being disassembled on one side of them, and on the opposite side they have our heavy harness driven in pairs. So there's plenty going on. So another nice workout displayed here as we welcome out the next of our horses, 281, which will be Ink. This is this beautiful black horse that we've spoken about before that's by Octagonal. So Ink is nominated by Christine Frost. So he might be a beautiful thoroughbred type of what we're seeing here, but he was not like his father. Unfortunately, Daddy was a very good racehorse. This bloke, not so. It looks here by the overview here of his form. His prize money was only $3,883. So he was foaled in 2011, making him a 7-year-old gelding that we're seeing out here before us for this particular workout. So Ink is the horse that we were watching in our live stream. As I said, he looks like Dad, but as far as his racing career is concerned, not as fast as Dad.
Speron. D.
This is him.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Good luck. So once more, we've displayed another lovely workout out here with our horses displaying thoroughbred qualities. So the next of our horses to come in shortly as we wait for this bloke to go down and get judged in hand. 285 should be the next of our horses to come out here. Vasari, lovely black-brown gelding, nominated by K. Strooper and S. Adams. So this horse raced under the name of Speron d'Oro, would you believe? Foaled in 2007, making this gelding an 11-year-old that we're seeing out here now. Prize money, well, in his career he only achieved for his owners $1,700. So as we are witnessing, there's quite a variety of money in which our horses out here have totaled. Some have been in the hundreds of thousands and others have been just in the thousands. So some horses not really that fast on the track, but this is why they're out here. They're beautiful in type, and that's what we're seeing out here from Vasari. So good luck for all of those involved with this horse. So it looks as though after we watch this, there'll be 4 more horses to compete out here for our South Australia Thoroughbred Premier Hack Award. And another lovely workout being displayed out here. The next of the horses to make their way out will be 311. That is Crown Street Obsession, nominated by Shirley Patterson, M. Barnes and G. Patterson. Just having spoken to Shirley, she said that they were lucky enough to pick this bloke up before he got to the racetrack, so he's not raced and or trialled. But she did say he's a relatively new horse to the showing world. So there's a lot going on, as I mentioned, with the disassemblement. Oh, God, speak correctly. The judges being disassembled, and of course our heavy harness over on the side there. So plenty for this bloke to look at. So for Shirley, just displaying their greenness out here with everything that's going on. As she said, she's just really proud of him for coming out here to this show. The next of the horses that we're about to see out here is exhibit number 317. This will be DP Polo, nominated by A. Skyring and C. Collins. Now, unfortunately, we don't know the racing name of this particular horse. But again, a beautiful type of horse that we're seeing out here. So some of our competitors have been lucky. They've escaped without the heavy harness and the jumps being pulled down as they smile at me in the background going, yes, we were lucky. And others were not so lucky. But our judges, of course, have been forgiving out here. These are thoroughbreds, highly explosive types of horse. So DP Polo, of whom in which we're watching at the moment. Well, welcome back to all of our live streamers. If you are watching, this has gone live now. We have been pre-recording this class for all of you who have been sitting at home watching our World Cup qualifier, but now we are watching the tail end of this class on our live stream. So we just saw DP Polo working out here for A Skyring and C Collins. The next of our horses to work out will be 318 Harlow for Alyssa Gastuzzi. So I've been doing our best, and you will see the class, to ask each and every one of our competitors their horses' racing names. Now this horse here raced as Harlow. It's a 12-year-old gelding, foaled in 2006, won $18,500 worth of prize money. So this horse was one of Packnack Farm racing horses. Packnack Farm once was Nathan Tinkler. This horse was sired by Incosto Delago, and I'm pretty sure, because I have watched this horse when he first started in the show ring. Don't quote me on this though, but I'm half thinking this horse might have been trained by maybe Tony Noonan. Look, don't quote me on that. I'm not too sure. If anyone knows out there on the live stream, feel free to correct me. But as I said, the horse that we are watching at the moment is Harlow for Alyssa Gastuzzi. Exhibitor number 318. So just one more horse to work out here for our Thoroughbred Racing South Australia prize. So as I said, we've brought you all back in live, but we have pre-recorded this class. So we will be showing the class in its entirety for all of you after this. What's his racing name, Bettina?
Aussie Shout. Yeah, Aussie. AUSS. AUSSIE. Aussie Shout. Yeah, he was owned by Tony Santic. Yep.
So as I said, I've been doing my best to bring to you all their racing names and how they performed on track. To see them now out here as our beautiful thoroughbreds, displaying everything that we are looking for our Thoroughbred Racing South Australia prize for our Premier Hack. As I said, we have 3 judges if you are just joining us. Joanne Prestwich, Melanie Skinner, and right down the other end doing a great job is Lisa Jones from Queensland. She's judging the lead facet of this particular class. So just one more horse to go. 324, which will be Vienna Night Divine, nominated by Bettina Stanton. The last of our horses to compete. Bettina tells me this horse raced as Aussie Shout. Won a total of $71,500 in prize money. Foaled in 2002, making this a 16-year-old gelding. This horse is by Fuji Kaseki. Also part of the ownership was Tony Santic of this horse. Tony Santic being made famous for owning part of Maccabi Diva. Wouldn't we have loved to have owned her? 3 Melbourne Cups, huh? So it's getting quite cold out here as it's very windy as well. So plenty that our thoroughbreds aren't really keen on is wind, jumps and harness, heavy harness. So we've finally got the arena to ourselves. So hello and welcome back to, again, our live stream listeners. Helen Page, nice to have you. Kat Mullen, love your work, Kat. Helen Hadfield. Jennifer Size, nice to have you back joining us out here for all things hacks. Actually, speaking of Kat, we're seeing out here what we do with rehoming our thoroughbreds. Kat has been instrumental with doing that for our standard bred breeds as well. So a lot of people paving the way for these horses in giving them a new life after racing. It doesn't matter the discipline. So as I said, this horse is the last of our horses to work out for this particular class. I know you've just joined us and you're on the tail end of it all, but we will be playing this class a repeat for you. So if you've had an interest in the event, or you've got a friend that's competed, or you've got a horse that's out here, you will be able to watch this. We have pre-recorded this class, so you'll get to watch the entire class. So the boys in my ear tells me that this will be put on the YouTube channel. It'll be up in about an hour or so for anybody that is wanting to watch this class as a whole. So if you do want to see that and you don't want to see the results, I suggest you potentially turn off our live stream now so that you can watch that a little bit later on the YouTube channel if you want to watch this class as a whole. So we have seen the last of our horses work as our lineup behind me have all been resaddled. A sensational lineup of horses. So as Vienna Night Divine gets unsaddled down the back there, Lisa Jones is just about to watch the last of our horses to be led. As Melanie and Joanne have a little bit of a conversation, deciphering now where their thoughts were for this class. Their points have been tallied. So the ladies did tell me, I think, that they were going to score these horses in how they saw it, so that once they've come together, they can tally all the point system up. They did work as a team of three, our judges here before, to pull them in off the circle. So all three judges were together to be able to work out the horses in which they saw to come in here to make our top 10. And obviously now we are seeing them separated so that they can do the judging on their own. Obviously the ridden aspect of things was the workout. And now we're seeing the lead down the far end here. And as I mentioned, it's got really cold as the sun's gone in behind the grandstand. I hope everybody at home has been enjoying our live coverage here from day number 7. Just 3 more days left of showing. I think tomorrow we bring out the big guns. I think we've got some championships coming tomorrow, maybe. I'm not too sure. I'll have to confirm that when I go back in and see my live streaming and schedule. In fact, I've got the catalogue here with me now. I could probably look it up. So there are some championships going tomorrow. I can see here, I'm not sure what our live stream schedule is showing, but plenty of champions coming through. Actually interesting here, just looking through my schedule here for Saturday. We'll probably see a lot of these horses back for the Thoroughbred Racing South Australia Prize Fashions off the track. Now this is right up my alley. So it looks as though our Universal Stables prize for Champion Hack will be had here on Saturday. So we've got 2 more days of intense showing across the board for our show hunters and our show hacks. But at the moment we are watching Class 102, the Thoroughbred Racing South Australia Prize, our premier hack award. So as the rule states, this particular class is looking for a horse showing outstanding thoroughbred qualities. So as we've seen, our judges have judged them under saddle and of course in hand as well. So we're just waiting on the last of our horses to be saddled back up, and then we invite our judge from Queensland, Lisa Jones, well, she's feeling the cold, to make her way back to us and of course give her point score to our stewards where they will tally up and we'll come to the conclusion of who will be our winner of this particular event. I imagine that each and every one of these ladies and gents that are out here will be wanting to win this award. So I'm not too sure where we're at in terms of scheduling for the rest of our live stream for this afternoon, because obviously with the World Cup running so long, it kind of distorted our live stream coverage a little bit. I'm sure after we've finished this particular class, I'll get inside to see if there are any more classes in which we are going to live stream for everybody back at home. It is getting quite late here. So our stewards been nice to everybody and they're all smiling as well. We'll head out into the sun, get some warm weather. It's got very cold. I think I need my gloves. Maybe one of these riders will lend me theirs. I doubt it. So I'm pretty sure our points score has all been tallying up. Might get the opportunity. Our judges are having a little bit of a talk over here. I'll make sure that I'm not getting in the way of how they see it and that our stewards have been given all of the points here. Just see how they saw the lineup. So our judges are just checking over their scores. Looks like the scores have been had. Come on over here, Melanie. Get the chance to have a look at some of our beautiful hacks displayed out here. What do you think of the lineup?
It was really beautiful lineup. Unfortunately, they had everything thrown at them.
I know, I said that. You'd have to be... Look, it's a tough class to judge in terms of that. We had the show jumps being disassembled. We had the heavy harness on the other side. Have you been a little bit forgiving in your workouts for that respect?
Absolutely. If a horse gets a fright from something and then it comes back and completes its work, you know, they're horses, they're not robots. So, yeah, very forgiving.
Nice to hear, nice to hear. We'll let you get back there as our other judges have been working hard. We'll talk to Lise. Well, Lisa, you got to see these horses without their saddle on. How do you find the type and quality of horse that we've got out here?
There's a beautiful lineup of quality horses today, all beautifully presented. They all travelled across the ground really well and handled the atmosphere very, very well.
Well, it's nice you've been doing our riding today and now you get a chance to have a look over the horses. So it's a bit of a change for you, but a good change.
It's been a lovely change to actually do this as well as the riding classes. So very good day.
Coming from Queensland, she's a bit cold.
It is a little bit cold out here now.
We'll let you get to it. So it looks like our judges and stewards are calling forth our winners now, as we'll make our way back out to our presentation boxes. In fact, I think we're going to stay just here. So remembering, there's some cheers over in the background there for each and every one of our horses. So it looks as though we are inviting our winner and place getters down in front of our presentation area here. Well, there's a big smile on our winners' faces and indeed our second placed horse. Well done, ladies. Just waiting for the ribbons to be placed on our horses' necks before I bring to you the official results. Main broadcast has called it out, but I always like to wait just in case. So it looks like Joanne Prestwich will be the judge in whom will be sashing our winner and place getters.
Congratulations, everybody, and your three judges, so Joanne Prestwich, Melanie Skinner, and Lisa Dunn will now present your award.
Well, here we go. Class 102, the Thoroughbred Racing South Australia Prize for Hack Premier Award. Our winner goes to 281. 281 is Ink, nominated by Christine Frost. Second goes to 262, DP Amazing, nominated by Michelle Painter. Third goes to 263, DP Giselle, nominated by Dale Plum, R. McDonald, and of course Heidi Pickstock. Fourth will go to 317, another DP horse, DP Polo, nominated by A. Skyring and C. Collins. Fifth goes to 324. 324 being Vienna Night Divine, nominated by Bettina Stanton. And our sixth ribbon goes to 277. And that is Bugatti, nominated by Samantha Kennedy. Well, congratulations to our winner as he's trying to disappear from me. As I said, he's probably not been the fastest horse on the track, as you mentioned, but I tell you what, he looks like Dad, and I think Dad would be pretty proud that he's out here.
Yes, thank you, and so am I.
Quite emotional with this win?
It's just beautiful. Yes, emotional, thank you.
As I said, it means a lot for our competitors to be out here, to have a horse that displays the qualities in which we are looking for these particular events, and a little bit of a special carrot in his bin tonight.
Well, he doesn't like them. It took me a year to get him to eat a carrot.
Most of them don't. If you try a mint, some of our racehorse trainers feed them mint.
I'll try that. Yeah.
There's a team behind every horse that wins. Is there a team back in there behind you?
Absolutely. Romsey Park, Terry and Greg at Romsey Park, and all the rest of the crew out there, they'll be very pleased for me.
Well, congratulations. We'll let you savour the joy and the win. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Class 102, our Thoroughbred Racing Australia prize. And a very emotional winner, and it's great to see. Congratulations to all involved. As I said, there's always a team that work behind the scenes to make these horses what they are today. So well done to all of you out there as well. You know who you are. For now, that's Class 102. We'll take a short break.